I'm Allie D'Andrea with Take Me Fishing, and today we're going to discuss the best times to go saltwater fishing. Whether you're fishing in an inlet, intercoastal waterway, on the flats, or in the backcountry, it can be hit or miss depending on a multitude of factors. So in this video, we're going to help you navigate through some of those key players, such as tides, weather, and time of day, in order to help you make the most of your time when going saltwater fishing. Let's jump right into it. Tides. Of all the factors that can make or break your saltwater fishing experience, it is the changing tides. Tides are the rise and fall of water levels caused by the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun, and most coastal areas experience 2 high tides and 2 low tides per day. Timing these is huge when fishing. Generally speaking, the incoming and outgoing tides are best because with the rise and fall of the tides, bait fish, crustaceans, and other prey become vulnerable, and the larger predatory fish take full advantage. During slack tide, meaning dead high or dead low tide, there isn't much tidal fluctuation, and this is typically the worst time to go fishing. It's also important to consider that in some areas, you may not be able to fish during low tide because it is completely dried out. In other instances, low tide can create tidal pools that make the fish much easier to find. It really all depends on the specific area that you're fishing. If I had to choose my favorite tide to fish, it would be an outgoing high tide. That seems to be the most productive in my area. Weather. Like most things in fishing, the best type of weather can depend on your region and the species you're targeting. But there are a few things to keep in mind to increase your odds. Overcast days usually produce more bites compared to bright and sunny days. Many people believe the reduced visibility encourages the fish to become more aggressive. And I tend to think they also have a harder time seeing your line or judging your lures. To go along with this, mild wind and a gentle ripple on the surface of the water also seem to help disguise the fish and encourage feeding. Stable weather patterns usually help fish activity to be more predictable because of factors such as water clarity, flow, and temperature. But the sudden drop in barometric pressure right before a storm can also generate some aggressive feeding behavior. Fish can sense the pressure change and they want to pack in as many calories as they can before hunkering down for the impending storm. Time of day. The best time of day to go fishing to increase your odds is pretty cut and dry. It is almost always going to be around sunrise and sunset. Fish don't like a high sun where they can easily be spotted and ambushed by aviary predators, especially in clear, shallow water. So the low light conditions of sunrise and sunset increases activity. In some cases, night fishing can be highly productive. Snook and tarpon, among other species, will congregate around docks and bridge lights, which can create some aggressive feeding behavior. Now, it's important to keep in mind that you can absolutely catch fish in the middle of the day, and if that's the only time you have to go fishing, it is definitely still well worth your time. Seasonality. The time of year you decide to target certain fish or use specific techniques is also very important to consider. All fish have patterns and behaviors based on their spawning seasons, migrations, and food sources. Let's use the mullet run, for example. Mullet are a major food source for game fish all the way from Florida to the Carolinas, and from September to November each year, they school up and migrate. This huge concentration of bait draws in other fish such as snook, jacks, and tarpon, and creates some unbelievable fishing conditions. Spawning seasons are also something to keep in mind. While spawning, fish usually become easier to catch because they group up and become more aggressive, which makes them much easier to locate. Once you find their preferred zones, there are usually stacks of fish, but please keep in mind when you're fishing the spawn, fish are very vulnerable. Catching them can stress them out and it may be detrimental. Proper handling practices are key. It's also important to note that some species and areas are illegal to target during the spawn, so don't forget to check your regulations. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Take Me Fishing's YouTube channel, and for more helpful fishing tips, visit takemefishing.org.